What's up guys, Adam McIntosh here, and I finally got a GoPro. I've been planning on so long to get one of these to wear when I go out and shoot street photography, so that hopefully you guys can see what we get up to, maybe learn a little something, or at the very least for your entertainment. Quick couple of things. The quality will get better. The GoPro really wasn't designed for low light situations, and right now we're in the middle of winter here in Finland. We're almost at the shortest day. Things will start to get lighter. Once the snow comes, it'll get even lighter, so the quality will go up. Also, I'm editing on a 2014 MacBook, which really does not process higher resolution footage. I've tried, and you could like cook eggs on it. So I'm looking at replacing that as soon as possible. So that'll be super nice as well. Yeah, I wasn't gonna go shoot today just because there really was no light. And then I went to go outside to go do some other work, and then I noticed that there was this kind of cool fog going on. So I was like, screw it, I went upstairs, grabbed the GoPro, grabbed my camera. So this was all a little bit of a like impromptu test. I think I was out on the street for about an hour. I just kind of hung around the neighborhood. Managed to capture a couple of nice things, which was cool. Yeah, so if you have any suggestions on how these videos can be improved, also, please do leave them in the comments below. And yeah, because I'm still working out a few things like, do you want music? Do you want live commentary as things happen? Today I'm just going to be doing a bit of a voiceover for today's video, because as I say, I didn't really like plan it out to shoot today. But yeah, I think that is about it. I have a lot of plans for these videos. This is like I say, I'm planning on getting this GoPro for so long, so I've really been banking up ideas for these videos, so I'm super excited. So if you want to see more of those, click like on this one, hit subscribe. And like I say, if you've got any questions, something you want to see more of, less of, whatever, leave it in the comments box below. That's about it, I think. Comment your favorite photo, at the very least, from today. And yeah, without further ado, enjoy. All right, here I am, stepping out from the house in my little impromptu street session. You can see a little bit of that fog hanging around. I was kind of hoping it was going to get thicker and really drop down, but by the end of the video you'll see it actually starts to clear up a little bit. And as you can see, there's not much light going on at all, really affecting the quality of the GoPro as well, but it is what it is. This guy walking along, I thought he was originally walking his dog, and then I noticed it was actually a cat, so I figured to snap this photo. Not something you see very often, and he was kind enough to let me do that. And this second one here kind of turned out to be my favorite photo of the day, which is one of the best feelings ever, to kind of like leave the house and you get this photo that you're super happy with for the day, and it just really takes the pressure off the rest of the session. Like, you don't feel this constant need to be able to get something from the day anymore because you already got it. This spot here I kind of hung around a little bit. It's not something I usually do, but I really like the way that the church in the background was kind of hiding up in the fog. I understand that you can't see everything with the position of the GoPro at the moment too, and that's something I'll fix as I go along with these videos. Kind of standing in the middle of the road here, so want to make sure I'm out of the ways of the cars. Kind of just waiting for people to cross down the street down there. Managed to get this nice little carriage photo. It's pretty classic. Kind of easy. I don't tend to like those that style very much, or at least it's, I mean, for me. I like looking at it. I don't like to shoot it too much, but I will, especially this time of year. It's extremely quiet on these streets. Helsinki's quiet in general. Here I'm heading up to a pretty classic Kalio spot. Kalio being the part of town in Helsinki where I'm currently shooting. A lot of nice shots have been taken here. I've shot a few here in the past. And I don't end up shooting anything here, but I wanted to leave this in because I think it kind of shows anybody who doesn't shoot street, like kind of what we get up to. We sort of check these spots. You know, I really like that crosswalk down there. In the summer, especially when there's no snow, there's a nice little contrast. And Helsinki is quite a flat city, so finding these spots that have some sort of heights on them is quite rare. So when you find them, you try to make something out of it. Again, just checking the footpaths below. Looks pretty empty. I'm not much of a camper or a fisher, I guess some people call it as well. I always call it a camper. So if you hear me use that term, then that's what that means. Kind of just parking up and waiting for someone to come along. So I headed back down towards the church. Figured to go check that direction out. Come across this couple here. I squat down there just to try to maybe catch the tram going behind them. But I was a little bit too far off. It looked quite empty. I end up just kind of waiting it out. Got a good enough composition here, just waiting for them to come closer. Just squatting down, making sure I get that church in the frame. Capture this one. Again, it's kind of easy from a distance, but kind of needs to be to fit the church in the background. And I do like the scale of using these larger buildings in comparison to the size of the people. So here I just quickly switched the GoPro on. I spotted this little dog running up here, and he was, funnily enough, looking me right in the face. And it was nice that the owner there, she turned around just in time as well, because she didn't seem too bothered by me, but I just managed to capture her face as she turned around, which was cool. I found myself photographing pets on the street a little bit more as the streets got quieter during COVID. You know, they inhabit the streets just as much as we do, and it's nice to be able to capture them a little bit. Here I just spot the reflection in the window, and this gentleman with his, I don't know what you would call it, stroller. It's kind of a non-photo, but I figured I would chuck it in there anyways, just so you can sort of see the thought process of what I was going for. Here's a funny one. I don't know how well you can see it. I kind of do like a bit of a 360 here and quickly spin and catch this lady with the flowers. And yeah, it's a very quick one. I think I might have even kind of shot it behind my back as I was turning around, but that's a tip out there for any other street photographers, is just to every now and again check behind you. There's been many times where, you know, you're sort of always walking forwards and looking at everything in front of you, but it's a pretty good idea sometimes just to do a quick glance behind your back and see who's behind you. It could be a hell of a character there. So I head up to this location. Here there's usually quite a few people. Helsinki is a very quiet city, as I say, so quite often we find ourselves sticking to these same areas just because that's where we're going to find people. This guy here is pretty cool with the huge beard. I was very tempted to like stop him and ask for a street portrait, but he looked like he might have been working or something like that. I don't want to disturb those people too much. But basically all I'm doing here is looking for people. I'm really focused on people in street photography, and hopefully that'll come across in time as I produce more of these videos. But I really like characters, for example. You know, people who kind of stand out, and that's just something that you really need to take a lot of time to find. Finland in general, maybe Helsinki also. Quite conservative as far as the way people express themselves, at least, you know, sort of visually, but I guess altogether also it's people here are quite reserved, and so you need to go on the hunt. There's a lady dragging her trolley up ahead here. I was kind of keeping an eye on her. She was kind of throwing that thing around. I don't know if the wheel was stuck or something like that, so. I think I did a little turn there. You can't actually really see, because the GoPro is on my chest, I think I did a little bit of a 180 at her. And another street photographer there with his Nat Geo camera. I don't know. What's up, dude? Nice to see you. Again, heading towards people. See this guy too. I do snap a picture at him, kind of just from the hip. I was focused on this couple on the right carrying those cages, but the photo that I snapped of him, the focus point ended up hitting the building behind him. It's really out of focus and bad, but bit of a shame. He was a cool looking dude. Now this is super cool. This is one of the most amazing things ever for a street photographer. I see this little moment happening out to my left with the father and son there, which I assume is father and son. And I snapped this picture, which I love. And then he does the coolest thing. He walks away to give me the opportunity to snap one without him. But just as he walks away, the kid gets a little, I don't know, worried about the situation or whatever, and kind of turns away as well. So I don't quite get that eye contact of the first image. But shout out to that dude. Like, that's a super cool thing. Just to have the trust that I'm not doing anything shady, you know, and I do wave out and I thank him and say bye to the kid and give the kid a wave. But, you know, it's like, yeah, that's super ideal. It's always scary photographing people's kids, because you don't know how people are going to react. But, you know, in that situation, I knew I didn't have a lot of time. So I kind of just went for it. And if there was an issue afterwards, then of course I would talk with the gentleman there. Here I found this window. There's a cool looking dude in here searching for records, and I kind of worked the scene a bit because he was moving around picking up records and whatnot. So I kind of just hung here for a little bit, and I was trying to find a good way of framing him with the window signage as well, which is super nice signage on the window there, but wanted to include a little bit so it gave it more of a story, kind of showing that it's a record store. And I think I managed in the end, but I just hung here for a minute and tried to get something out of this scene. There you can see I'm trying to use the records on the window signage to add a little bit of extra detail there, and I think there's a nice shot. Could be in black and white also. I think that was kind of it for the day. That was about an hour's worth of shooting, walking around a few blocks. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, comment, whatever you got to do. Subscribe if you want to see more, because there will be more. And yeah, go check me out on Instagram, all those things. Take it easy. Till next time. Peace.